What's up, everybody? It's HBT with the Straight Up Wrestling Show, guys. I'm here live, man, and right now I'm just gonna go ahead and run solo. Chris and I were supposed to come on at 8 p.m. Tonight, and we was gonna go over the show that we went to last night. We went to an indie wrestling show, Pro Wrestling Union, here in South Carolina, man. And hey, it was a great show. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right off the bat. We didn't get to do the preview of the show. Well, not the preview of the show. What am I talking about? Man, we didn't get to sit down, do our ratings and everything tonight because Chris' sister came in from New York, and Chris went down to Anderson, and he started going down there around, a little bit after 7 o'clock. He called me, told me she called, and he was heading that way. And I talked to him about, hey, we're supposed to have that show tonight, and that's something that it slipped his mind. So we didn't get to do the show tonight. I will get with him tomorrow, and we'll try to take care of that show tomorrow. So if anybody comes on Facebook or anybody that's associated with Pro Wrestling Union sees this, I'm letting it be known right now. Chris and we will come on and we will talk about Pro Wrestling Union tomorrow, hopefully. No later than Tuesday, we'll have that review out. It was a great show, man. 100%. Love the show. And we left out of there. We wasn't disappointed. And you guys know we've seen a lot of indie shows. And on top of that, a lot of AEW, WWE shows and Impact shows. So we definitely will be talking about that tomorrow. But tonight, man, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about catching up with AEW Collision. And I'm going to go ahead and be straight up, guys. Of course, wasn't able to see it last night because I was out at Pro Wrestling Union in South Carolina, man. We was at Pro Wrestling Union, and we was checking that out and had a great event there. And so I didn't get to check that out. And right now I'm still catching up with Pro Wrestling Union. Watched a little bit of it today, not much because, hey, I ended up going and cut my daughter's grass today, and we ended up doing a couple other things with the family. So still catching up, man, trying to catch up. And I have like one more AEW Collision before I have to look at the other one, and hopefully I have all that done tomorrow. But man, from what I'm seeing with AEW Collision so far, it's been really good. It's been pretty good. I'm not gonna say it's been the best show out there. I know a lot of people out here putting a lot of emphasis on it and saying it's great, really good. And some people are giving it the due that they're giving it what it should get. They're saying it's better than AEW Dynamite, which so far it has been. And I know it's other people are writing for AEW Collision than writing for Dynamite. It's not just one person. And Dynamite is basically had Tony Khan, and Tony Khan had like one other person. He's had Jericho help him. But they saying Collision better. And right now, so far, I say it is better. All right, let me go ahead and answer some. I got some comments here. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I see Braden is in the house. What's up, Braden, my man? All right, Raleigh says hi, Harry. What's going on, Raleigh? And he said, Raleigh says hi, Braden. Then Braden says hi. Raleigh says that to Braden. Braden says, I haven't seen a full episode yet of Collision. I forgot about it. Hey, it's a pretty good show, Braden. Not bad at all. And Chris and I will be there on the 5th, along with some other people, man. Some other people that are fans of ours and friends of ours on our Facebook page. All right. Ray Underwood said, Hellcat Harry. What's going on, Ray? Let's see. And my man says, hey, Rally. Braden says, hey, Will Rally. All right. Rally says, life stuff. I like AEW Collision. It's different to other shows, different commentators, and give an example. Miro, Scorpio Sky, Andrade, a chance on TV. Good stuff. Yeah, so far it's been good, man. Ray Underwood says, hello, Harry. And Ray said, not the first one. Okay, yeah, I saw the first one. I thought the first one was okay. Let's see, but I'm down to. Let's see, I'm down to. I have yesterday's, and I was down to one other show. So I'm on like the fourth one. I think it's been 5 or 6, and I think I'm watching my fourth one. I'm watching my fourth one. I'm at the halfway point on that one. Then I got 2 more. So I want to go ahead and get those out. Hopefully, I get those out in the next day or 2. And plus, you guys, I don't know if you know, I told you I was a musician or whatever, and I'm producing a young man, a 13-year-old young man. I'm producing his R&B album right now, so I'm doing that too. So very busy, man. And outside of my regular job, doing my regular job throughout the week. and like I said, producing the music and trying to do everything here in the wrestling show, getting out the shows and everything like that, and try to get more shows here. And so, hey, so it's busy, man. Been a busy week. And yesterday I went to my aunt's funeral. My aunt passed away. Dorothy Ann Henderson, Dorothy Ann Taylor. Say Dorothy Ann Taylor. My aunt, my uncle Joe Nathan Taylor's wife passed away, and we had a funeral yesterday, and so we had that too. So it's been a very, very busy week, very busy time. And man, I'm just trying to get it, trying to get to sleep where I can and trying to stay up with everything else. But man, I'm glad to be on doing the podcast. And like I said, Chris, he's down and he's visiting his sister. And big ups to Chris, because, hey, he haven't seen her in a long time. She's out of New York, and she came to see Christopher Burton today. All right. And Chris, and she pretty much shocked Chris, told him that she was coming in town, and she was coming in town. So Chris took off from work, headed on down there, even though we was going to do a podcast together. All right. Rally says, I'm a massive Thunder Rosa fan, so I can't wait for her to return on AEW Collision. Okay. Hey, man, hopefully so. I thought she'd be on return by now. Let's see. Last night was AEW Collision number 6. Yeah, so I'm on the 4th one, Rally. I'm on the 4th one. Almost done with that. Just to let you know, Harry. Thanks, Rally. Thanks. I knew I had already watched 3 full ones, so I'm on the 4th one. All right. Brady says, does that 13-year-old go to Pottersville? That 13-year-old go to Pottersville? No, they don't go to Pottersville, Brady. No, they don't. Let's see. Wondering if I know him. No, I don't think so, Braden. I'm pretty sure he doesn't go to Pottersville. Let's see. Rally says, sorry to hear that, Harry. Thanks, Rally. All right, condolences, brother. Thanks, Ray. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it, Rally. No doubt, man. But yeah, he doesn't go there, but he's a pretty good singer, Braden. I'm gonna have to show you a picture of him or something like that. His name is Jay Gallant. His name is Jay Gallant. You can look him up here on YouTube, or you can look him up on Facebook. You can look him up on what's the other one? Instagram. Look him up on Instagram, and he's on Apple Music and everything like that. He's only had one song, and so I'm producing a new EP for him, so we'll be putting that out here pretty soon. But yeah, glad to have you guys here with me tonight, man. And like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about AEW Collision. Like I said, it's been pretty good from everything that I've saw so far. They're doing something totally different. One thing I see, I still see a problem with them putting in who are the best wrestlers, as far as they still have got to get a hold of who are your top guys. And I think they are more closer to that than AEW Dynamite. But when it comes down to it, you're still gonna have that problem. If you don't get AEW Dynamite solved, you're gonna have a problem with Collision, and you're gonna have a problem with Rampage. AEW still have to get their top 7 wrestlers, and they got to get like 2 or 3 tag teams, man, to be vying for those tag team titles. But get your top 7 wrestlers, put them in line, and say, these are our top 7 guys, and this is what we're playing with. These are the guys who are the top 7 contenders for the AEW Heavyweight Championship. Then you got to get those few French contenders for your next championship. Which championship is your next biggest title? Is it the one Orange Cassidy is holding, or is it that TBS title? Which one of these titles are your main championships after the World Heavyweight Championship? And you got to get MJF. I know he's running around with Adam Cole and all these things. Some of the things they're doing is kind of funny and everything like that. They're doing it on Collision. They're doing some stuff on Dynamite. But they definitely need to establish their superstars, man, 100% behind that World Heavyweight Champion. And this thing, a lot of the stuff is on, MJF just as much as his own Tony Khan. So they definitely got to get that established, or whoever's over there writing, the guys over there that's writing for AEW Collision. They definitely need to make sure they get everything sorted out over there, guys. Straight up. Give me just a minute here, guys. I want to check some things out. Make sure I'm running right here on Facebook. I had enough of this, guys. I had enough of this tablet. All right. Okay. All right. But yeah, I'm still here, guys. Let me get the Rally's comments here. Rally says, question, Harry, have you seen Zila 5'2"? Yes, I have. Yet at Booker T's Reality of Wrestling, making his TV debut. He's Umaga's son, his father, Samoan Spike. His finisher, the Samoan Spike. Just wondering if you seen him, everyone him today. Yes, I seen him. Threw the guy up in the air, hit him with a Samoan Spike. I don't know who is the guy he was wrestling, but the kid looked good from the little promo shots that we seen from Booker T's school. The guy looks very good, man, 100%. And I'm pretty sure he's gonna be one of these. He's gonna be one of these guys that's gonna be coming up, and that's gonna be part of that bloodline, no doubt. All right, Riley says, anyone in chat seen him, Umaga's son? Definitely, man. Ray Underwood was talking about him earlier. I mean, we talked a couple shows ago. Ray, yes, I have seen him. Great up-and-coming wrestler. Yes, he is, Ray. All right, Braden says, yeah, I've seen Zila. I think he'll be really good. Got a good build. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. He's already done filled that body out, and the guy's probably going to get bigger, too. Hopefully just bigger in the body, not, too much mass on him, but the guy looks really good. I think he's going to be a very good wrestler coming up. So we'll see. We'll see how all that stuff pans out. Straight up. All right. But yeah, man. So yeah, talking about AEW Collision last night. Chris and I, man, at the Pro Wrestling Union show. Braden, when you and your father get a chance, definitely get out there to Pro Wrestling Union. And big ups to all the guys out there at Pro Wrestling Union. Cole Maccabee, the guy who started Pro Wrestling Union. Well, the guy who's over Pro Wrestling Union right now. He's the promoter, and he's part of a whole conglomerate of guys. Not just Pro Wrestling Union by itself. It's a conglomerate there, and everybody who had a part in that show, man, congratulations! It was a great show. Chris and I, man, we give it, we gave it a big star ranking, and we rated the matches pretty good. But yeah, we'll go ahead and go over that. I want to go over that with him together instead of me trying to do this by myself. I definitely want to go over that because I'm pretty sure you guys like to hear our opinion, both our opinions on the show. But it was very good. So big ups to Cole Maccabee, Ron Emerson, Jimmy Ward, whoever else. I think the guy who's over, let's see, it's another guy that's over Carolina Classic Wrestling or what. Sorry about that. It's because it's two or three other names out there that's kind of like similar to that, but it's another guy. I think his name is Buck. The guy who was over that, man, congratulations to him too. I'm pretty sure he had something to do with this last night. And our man, James Self Standard, he was there. He was filming it. Big ups to him too. Everybody that was a part of this Pro Wrestling Union show, man, big ups to each and every one of you guys, man. I'll tell you what, y'all did a fantastic job. That's all I can really say right now until Chris and I get together and go over the whole show. All right. Riley said, sorry, did you watch last night AEW Collision? No, I didn't, Riley. I don't want to spoil it for you. I was going to ask you a question about it or not watched it yet. No, I haven't watched it yet, Riley, not at all. I'm still catching up, man. It's going to take me a couple days to catch up with everything that's going on with AEW Collision. It just is, man. You just get behind. And one thing that I have seen that I'm not able to do, like if I get behind with it, I can't go back and review it. It's hard to go back and review it. I go back and review some of these shows, but I have to stop and I have to put my ranking down and everything and rate the show. That's a lot harder than watching it live and doing it. And see, that's how we started out. We just watched the shows. We just watched the shows and we rated them. And it seemed like it was a lot easier. But now it seems like it's a lot harder, but it takes a lot of time to do that. It really do. But I've just been watching these AEW Collision shows, and I'm going straight through. Man, I'm having a C+, C- type deal. So I have a C as far as the 4 shows that I've been watching so far. Haven't seen anything over 3 stars. 3 stars. 3. They've had like 3.5 star shows and like a 2.5 star show. I say the third one was a 2.5. It really wasn't that good, but the other one, the last one that I'm watching, is really good. And the first two shows was very good. Oh, wow. Guys, just a minute. Let me turn this thing down. 2 shows was very good. All right. But yeah, so very good AEW Collision so far. It's been good. But my whole thing about it is the last two shows, I'm looking for people to say the show is great. AEW Collision is outstanding. Man, it is it's something new and exciting in wrestling. It's taking us to another level in wrestling. That's where AEW Collision has to be to fight off the competition because soon football will be back in. And I know there's a lot of wrestling fans don't watch football, but a lot of these fans, they have teams that they will follow and everything. They follow the local colleges that's in their area or whatever, or they have allegiance to somebody. So hey, we don't know how in the world it's going to come out when football season comes in, but for AEW Collision to take wrestling, take AEW, take that company to another level, that has to be spectacular, guys. So hopefully they can continue doing what they're doing, stay on the path that they're going on, and man, build on that thing, progress to the next level. Because yeah, they're doing things different. It looks different and everything like that. Great announcers and everything. The announcing has been superb. But the wrestling been pretty good too. But they have got to have something a little special, a little extra sauce have to be thrown in there for AEW Collision to take AEW to the next level. But AEW has got to figure this thing out and say, man, we have got to position our wrestlers to where to where it's meaningful, to where people want to come back and watch this thing because, man, I'm still confused. I'm still confused when I watch AEW, just like I am with WWE right now, because you really don't know. You really don't know who has the title, who doesn't have the titles. The main title holders, the world champions and things like that. And then you see people have all the other belts are being played ping pong with, and I'm just like, wow, man, they got to get a hold of this thing. Do we have too many superstars in wrestling? Is there too many stars to where they cannot sit down and negotiate where people need to be? And that's why I'm seeing a lot of things happening. And a lot of people don't want to see their favorites get lost in the shuffle. And I can understand that 100% because that is what's happening, guys. A lot of guys are getting mixed up and lost in the shuffle, and it's a shame. It's a shame. But AEW, even more than a WWE, AEW need to establish their stars. And I see Ricky Starks. They over on AEW with AEW, they look like they positioning Ricky Starks back as one of the main guys again. Powerhouse Hobbs is doing real good with AEW Collision. I see they're putting an emphasis on Jay White and what's the guy, Juice Robinson. I see they working with them a good bit over there at AEW Collision. And you do have Orange Cassidy going from Dynamite to Collision. He's one of the main players. Should Cassidy continue to hold that title? I don't know, man. And look like Big Bill is being positioned to be a star over there with AEW Collision. And I think, man, in my opinion, they need to put Lance Archer over there and let Lance Archer do his thing. And he needs to become a huge star, which I put right there in the thumbnail, the picture before the show came on. You had Lance Archer and you had Orange Cassidy. So I do think they need to put those two guys, not Orange Cassidy, he's already a star, but they need to make sure Lance Archer become this huge star, man, with AEW, because he's one of these guys that could take them to heights that they need to get to. All right. Let's see. Get back to Rally. Okay, Braden says my man George Soft was there. No, he wasn't, Braden. He wasn't there. He's going to be at the next show, from what I understand. Chris and I didn't see him. I mean, we did get there like 10 minutes, 10, 12 minutes late. So I didn't see him. I didn't see him at all last night. So, no, he wasn't there. All right, Rally says, okay, I'll leave it then. A lot of wrestling. And, yeah, on the weekend. Yeah, Ring of Honor had their pay-per-view. They had their pay-per-view. Was it Friday night? They had their pay-per-view. I didn't see that because we have not. I'm gonna be straight up. Me and Chris, we have not watched any of the Ring of Honor shows, so I'm not gonna speak on their pay-per-view. Not gonna speak on it at all. All right, Braden says, is the Union County Rec Center outside where the event was? No, it's inside. It's inside. It's definitely inside show. All right. Riley says, thoughts on stars or steps on wrestling entrances. Sky Blue did a run-in save on Ring of Honor pay-per-view, but stumbled down the stairs in way to the ring. Wow. Didn't fall over, but could have hurt herself. AEW have done stairs. Wow. That's not good. You definitely, man, got to have wrestler safety. And I know, a lot of these, we go to a lot of indie shows and some of them have ramps and things like that. You really got to watch out for these ramps and the way they have them, and because, not everybody have perfect balance. Not everybody have perfect balance. And, a lot of times these wrestlers, they run to the ring. So they definitely need to address that. All right, Raleigh says, on the entrance before thoughts, Harry. WWE have flat entrances. Yes, they do. I thought it was about a bit dangerous myself. Thoughts on wrestling companies putting stairs down to the ring, Harry? Sorry, long comment. No, that's okay, Raleigh. Man, well, I always thought it was weird. I like it the way it used to be back in the old days where they just walked to the ring. It was flat. And then, hey, they just, you jump on an apron to get up and then they added stairs or whatever. But yeah, I'm not too much of a fan of them putting these long ramps and everything like that. Anything to hinder the wrestlers as they come out and some of the things that they're doing. Because like I said, you have to rely on each one of these wrestlers to have perfect balance, man. And balance, even if you're an athlete, sometimes, a lot of athletes out there don't have perfect balance. And I can tell you that straight up, man, but you look at a lot of boxers don't have perfect balance, which you really need perfect balance if you're a boxer. In any sport, man, in combat sports, really, you need perfect balance, but not all athletes have perfect balance at all. So, man, Rally, yeah, wow, it is what it is. And I know they're doing it for looks and everything, for the dynamic effect. It does look better that way. But, man, I like the old school. Just let them walk out on flat surfaces, straight up. Wesley Flasky says, what's up, Harry? What's up, Wesley? Glad that you're in the house, man. All right. Raleigh says, glad Lance Archer getting the chance. He's great. The way AEW used him over last year is awful. Yeah, last couple years, really. He's been in Japan and UK wrestling instead. Yeah, they really have misused him 100%, man. I hate that. But I'm glad that he's getting a chance now. They need to give him even more opportunities over there in Collision, and they are giving a lot of people opportunities straight up, man. It's good to see Scorpio Sky back. Ethan Page been getting in there. It doesn't seem they know where to go with Ethan Page, but Ethan Page is definitely a superstar. She'll be one of the top 3, 4 wrestlers, in my opinion. Straight up, Scorpio Sky in that top 5 or 6, man. They need to do something with Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal is a superstar. Jay Lethal could be a candidate for the World Heavyweight Championship. You got Jay Lethal, Scorpio Sky, MJF if he wrestles. I know he has the world title over there, but MJF, if he doesn't pick it up, man, I think they need to take the title off of him here somewhere here soon. And man, maybe him and Cole can be tag team champs or whatever, or be tag team and vie for tag team championship. I think that will be actually good. But Kenny Omega should have that World Heavyweight Championship. He should have that World Heavyweight Championship straight up. All right, man. But guys, yeah, that's pretty much it as far as AEW Collision. Like I said, I'm still catching up with it. Hopefully I'll catch up with it here soon, because tomorrow night I'll be going on doing Raw. Chris is closing every night this week, so most likely I'll be doing all these shows by myself. So, guys, hey, tune in and check it out. HBT will be rocking with you guys. But let's talk about wrestling, man. I just pulled out one of my wrestling books. I got a lot of wrestling magazines over here. I'm about to end up taking back and put it in my stash, where my wife, she had put all these things in plastic, man. But I'm gonna go over some of this wrestling, man. Talk about a little bit about some old school wrestling. Let's see. But hey, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, man, picked that up, 1993. Pro Wrestling Illustrated just picked that up. Right there, it was just just sitting right there in the pile. So pick that up, man. I'm gonna talk about a little bit about what was going on here in 1993. This is the year in wrestling. What was going on in 1993? Definitely a good year for wrestling. Loved it, man. Loved it. So right here on the cover, we have, let's see, I'm gonna pick this up, man. We got Yokozuna on the cover. We got Jerry the King Lawler, the man, the king of Memphis. We have Lex Luger on the cover. We have Cactus Jack, and we have Big Van Vader right there, guys. And I don't know if Cactus Jack, I'm pretty sure he was called Cactus Jack at the time. I'm not sure. Could have been called Mick Foley. Could have been called Mankind. I'm not sure. And like I said, we got Jerry the King Lawler. And I think this was before Jerry the King Lawler had gotten the WWE. And then we got Yokozuna. And it was called WWF at that time, I'm sure. Still being called WWF. But Pro Wrestling Illustrated, man, you know, had a lot of great things. This was my favorite magazine. We had Inside Wrestling, we had The Wrestler, and we had a lot of other wrestling magazines at that time. And that right there was our internet back in the day. You know, if you was fortunate enough, or your parents gave you the money or whatever to buy wrestling magazines, I was always there at the newsstand anytime, or going into the stores or whatever, looking for wrestling magazines and always picking them up when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, when I was a young adult. But yeah, I love this, man. And I'm going to go over some of the stories in here, and see, hey, reminisce a little bit about what was going on in that, during that time. All right, Raleigh says, agree, Jay Lethal love his finisher. So good, and his Macho Man theme music, so good. I get flashbacks when it plays, no doubt. All right, my man, Raleigh says, wow, did you buy that recently or in 1993? 93, buddy. Bet that book costs a lot now. That's awesome, Harry. I remember Yokozuna. He was Samoan related to Roman bloodline. Yeah, probably anywhere from $15 up to 30 or 45 bucks or whatever. You can get them over on eBay or something like that. But yeah, this was about 1993. I got so many, man, that my wife, like I say, she just got hold of my wrestling books, magazines, and just pretty much put them in plastic. This is one with Jake Snake Roberts. I'm trying to get it in the picture here. Jake Snake Roberts holding his snake. I do got a bunch of them over here without the covers on them, guys. A few of them, like I say, the covers got bad and missing, but it does have posters on them. But I got so many wrestling I got a bunch of them, Rally. And I used to date a girl before, the lady I'm married to now. I left a bunch in her magazines. Wrestling magazines from the 70s and 80s down in her basement. And I think my wife left some in our first house. She left some up in the attic because I had a bunch of them. Bunch of wrestling magazines that I don't have no more, but I still got a bunch right now. But I wish I had my older ones, man, back from the 70s and 80s. I still got some from the 80s though, but not as many as I used to have. Yeah, man. Let's see this right here. Yeah, Yokozuna, he was Samoan related to the Roman bloodline. Yes, he was, man. Yes, he is. Let's see what we got in here, guys. Let me go over some things that was happening during this time, man. I'm gonna go all the way back here to the ratings, guys. Oh, let's got the Inquirer. McMahon indicted on steroid charges in here. Oh, wow, man. Wrestling Inquirer right there says McMahon indicted on steroid charges in this magazine. Wow. Okay, he was 47 years old at that time. He got fined $500,000 at that time, man. That's crazy. Oh, wow. Okay, it was statutory rape charges against Jerry Lawler right there, guys. All charges was dropped, it says. Oh, my gosh, man. Okay, and over there in England, over there, right there at the bottom, it talks about Arn Anderson when he got stabbed in a dual stabbing. And that's with him and Sid Vicious rally over there in England. I remember that when that happened. Wow, this is crazy, man. Just going back, reminiscing. Reminiscing, going back to the old days. Wow. This is incredible, man. Look, I'm looking at title changes from 1993. Wow, guys, I got to start posting some pictures here, man. Okay, right here you can see you got Colonel De Beers right there, and then right below him you got Sabu. All right, let's see. Goodness sake, I can't get this in. I'm trying to get this in the screen, man. Right there, Sabu at the bottom of Colonel De Beers, and then on the right here on this side right here. You have Iceman King Parsons right there at the top. At the top, you got Iceman King Parsons, Justin Thunder Liger right there. And then right at the bottom, Brian Lee right there at the bottom. Okay, so, man, they just showing some things that was going on at this time. And then you got some rankings, All Japan, Asian Tag Team Champions. Wow, so many things. They're talking about title changes. Okay, man, got a bunch of stuff here. You got let me see what I got here. I can bring up. All right, man. You got Dustin Rhodes at the top there. If you guys can see that. Yokozuna. You got Mishari Mazawa. I remember him. Okay. See what we got here on this other side, guys. Just trying to get all this stuff in here, man. Really am. Rock and Roll Express at the top. Everybody know who that is. I got my man Tony Anthony. Tony Anthony, I remember Tony Anthony, but nothing came out great of him. But you got Jeff Jarrett right there at the bottom. Jeff Jarrett, still in the business, man, still doing his thing. And, of course, the Rock and Roll Express still doing their thing, guys. Yeah, like I said, man, just going over this this 1993 year in wrestling, man. Just checking out some things, guys. Wow. All right. Let's see. Riley said, have you heard the Jake the Snake story about his snake biting Macho Man in the match in the 90s? Yeah, I remember that, Riley. I remember that. Remember that. Saw the match. Saw it when it happened. Let's see. Riley says, wow, wish I had some wrestling books like yours. They're awesome. I'm jealous, Harry. Hey, man. Yeah, wrestling books are awesome. I was, man, it was great back in the day. Getting wrestling books was my favorite time. Man, it was some of my favorite things to do outside of watching wrestling. Okay, you have a video game in the back, man. Royal Rumble WWF. WWF's Royal Rumble in the back. Now on Genesis. It was on Sega Genesis. Wow. And then at the bottom, if you can see at the bottom, it has a list of their games that had came out. Some of them you had WWF's Royal Rumble there. You had King of the Ring with Bret Hart right there on the God almighty, man. I'm trying my best to get it in there. But if you can see it at the bottom there, you can't really see it a lot. But wow, a lot of superstars, man. Great. What's up, Randall? Green Randall. What's going on, man? Says Sonny. All right. Let's see. My man Raleigh says, can you believe Dustin Rhodes still wrestling? I remember Gold Dust with that lady, his wife. I'm in real life. Forgot her name. Marlena. Yeah, Marlena. Yeah, that was his wife. She used to be called Alexandra York back in WCW. She was called Alexandra York. And, man, she's one of my favorites, especially when she was Alexandra York back in WCW. She used to manage the York Foundation. She founded them. She had Tommy Rich, who she called Thomas Rich. She had Ricky Morton, who she renamed Richard Morton. She had Mike Rotundo, who she renamed Michael Rotundo. She had a great group of wrestlers, man. I'll never forget that. That was awesome. That was my favorite. That was my favorite version of her. Then she became Marlena over in WWF when she went over there with her husband, Dustin Rhodes. All right. Riley says, blonde hair. Do you know her name? His manager when Goldust in WWF? Definitely. Sonny. No, Green Roundel. It wasn't Sonny. It was Marlena. All right. Marlena, the former Alexandra York. Was it Sonny? I don't think it was Sonny. I'll check. No, definitely wasn't her. It was not. She is the only old blonde, man. I knew. Yeah, it's Marlena, man. Marlena. I wish I had a picture of her right now. But love that girl, man. Love that girl. All right. All right, guys. I appreciate you coming in, man. I really do. But yeah, let me go over look at some of the. I'm gonna look at the ratings here. What was going on in 1993? Let's see. Let's go by and see who won some of these. Here's a shot, man, of Shawn Michaels. Let's see. Get over here. If I can get this thing in the screen. Wow, it's kind of hard, man. There's a shot of Shawn Michaels right there at the bottom. Okay. Well, I see Cactus Jack, Big Van Vader, Doink the Clown, Vince McMahon. Let me see, man. That should have a lot of good stuff in here. Oh, yeah, 1994 predictions going on. Yeah, I'm really going to have to start putting pictures here, man. Post a lot of things. Okay, Editor's War with Andre the Giant. Oh, here's a shot of Big Van Vader. Guys, let me see if I can get this in here some kind of way, man. There's a shot of Big Van Vader. I'm just not sure what championship he had there. Oh, when he was WCW around that time, he was WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Big Van Vader, man. You talking about a guy that was great at that time, man. Nobody could touch Vader. Definitely the best wrestler in the world at that time, man. He actually was the wrestler of the year. He was wrestler of the year in 1993. Okay, that was his achievement. All right, tag team of the year, guys. Tag team of the year. The Steiner brothers, guys. Let's see. See if I can get this. Gosh, man, I just can't get it in. I don't know how in the world. It's the way this thing is set. Okay, Rick and Scott Steiner right there. Guys, Rick and Scott Steiner, they was the tag team champions of 1993. My man, these are my boys, Rick and Scott Steiner. Their version of Scott Steiner was my favorite, guys. Not Big Papa Pump. The Scott Steiner with the black hair, the smaller version, about the same size as his nephew is right now at that time. And, man, he was just – and the runner-ups were the Hollywood Blondes, guys. I don't know if you can see these guys right here. Let's see. Right there, if you can see on the next page, got the Hollywood Blondes. They was the runner-ups. Look like that's Mike Rotundo and Ted DiBiase. Gosh, man. I hate this because I don't know where the camera's at. Okay, Ted DiBiase, I can't really see that. But Hollywood Blondes, Ted DiBiase, Money Inc., Ted DiBiase, and Mike Rotundo. And the Heavenly Bodies was a third runner-up. But the Steiner Brothers was Tag Team of the Year, 1993. People used to send in their votes. They sent in their votes of who they wanted to be the Wrestler of the Year, Tag Team of the Year. They got 11,751 votes. The Hollywood Blondes got 11,148. So Rick and Scott beat them a little bit over 600 votes. By 600 votes. Money Incorporated got 10,529 votes. The Heavenly Bodies got 6,943 votes. Guys, hey, let me go over some more stuff here, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get. I see some more people coming in. Yeah, Terry Ronalds. Yeah. Well, Milena, Terry Ronalds, whatever you want to call her. Yeah, but that's definitely her. That's her WWF name. Yes. All right. Bet they got 4 million views or something. Probably wait and see. Okay. Magnum says, hello, Harry. This is fun traveling down memory lane with you. No doubt, Mag. No doubt. All right, Rally. I love when Heath Slater on Raw called out older wrestlers and Vader came out. Vader bombed on Heath. So funny. Remember, Harry? Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. Let me see if I can find some more pictures. All right. Match of the year. Match of the year was Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty in 1993, guys. Let me see if you guys see some of this. Let's see. Let me go over here, man. Okay, I don't know if you guys, goodness sake, man. I'm trying to get it on. What in the heck? I hate this thing here. All right, guys. Can you see that? Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels was the match of the year. So, okay, that's some of it at the end there. I can't, man. I remember when it was a match of the year, but I can't. Wow. For some reason, I'm like, wow, that was the match of the year? That year? Wow, that's crazy. Then we had the runner-up was the Steiner Brothers versus Heavenly Bodies. Then the second runner-up was Rick Rude versus Dustin Rhodes. Third runner-up was Cactus Jack versus Big Van Vader. The match of the year, Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty. 13,146 people sent their votes in, guys. And this one, people were sending their votes in by mail, guys. It wasn't no sending it in on the computer or anything like that. They sent it in by mail. They didn't call it in or whatever. Send it in by mail. So 13,146 people mailed in their ballots. So it looked like it was like 50-some thousand people voted on this. Steiners versus the Heavenly Bodies, 11,014 votes. Rick Rude versus Dustin Rhodes, 9,827 votes. Cactus Jack versus Big Van Vader, 7,654 votes went in. So yeah, they used to send these votes in to the offices of Pro Wrestling Illustrated back then, guys. So the match of the year was Shawn Michaels versus Marty Jannetty. Oh, most hated wrestler of the year was my man Jerry the King Lawler. Was he in? Oh, he was in the USWA. I knew he wasn't in the WWF at the time, but yeah, Jerry the King Lawler, who's always was a fan favorite, was the most hated wrestler of the year. If you guys can see Jerry the King Lawler right there, most hated wrestler of the year in 1993, guys. Had no clue. So that's very interesting. Very interesting. Just a moment, guys. Just a moment. I'm still here. Yeah, that shocked me right there. Yeah, but I do remember people when people were hating him like crazy, man. People were mad at him. But yeah, when you go from being a fan favorite as long as he was, and then sorry about that. Didn't know that went off. Yeah, Jerry King Lawler in 1993, most hated wrestler of the year. Runner-up was Big Van Vader. Second runner-up was Yokozuna. Third runner-up was Shawn Michaels. But Shawn Michaels had that thing with Marty Jannetty. People was pissed off. And you can see it at the bottom right there, guys. We got Big Van Vader. Then we got Yokozuna, and we got Shawn Michaels right there. Those were, and right up top, you got Jerry King Lawler, I think, against right there. Who's he wrestling against? Let's see who that is. That look like Bret Hart, man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, crazy, man. Crazy. All right, guys, I'm just going through this stuff, man. Glad that you're sticking with me, checking me out and everything like that, checking it out. Let's see. Let's go over. Let me get some of these. Let me get some of this here. IRS is Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas' dad. Yes, he is. Mike Rotundo. He used to be with $1 Million Man. Yeah, Rally. Yeah, he was with the $1 Million Man, but I'd rather remember him, Mike Rotundo, way before that. But yeah, he definitely was. You definitely with them. But Mike Rotundo, I liked him better when he was just playing out Mike Rotundo, or you can call him Michael Wall Street over there in WCW. But man, great wrestler. And man, I'm hoping Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas, you know, as much as people like them, and Bray Wyatt probably got bigger fame than he did. But man, I just wish they become the wrestler that Mike Rotundo was. Great wrestler. All right, Rally says good stream going down memory lane, like Mag said. Thanks very much, Rally. All right, Rally. Jerry Lawler. Great hope he gets better soon. Yeah, hopefully so, man. Hopefully so. Definitely. And Rally telling me I'm on mute. Yeah, I figured that out. I found it out. All right, man. But yeah, so Jerry the King Lawler. Most popular wrestler of the year. All right, man. Most popular wrestler of the year. Let's see if I can. Gosh, man. Come on, guys. I got to get this thing in there. Right there. Most popular wrestler of the year, Lex Luger. Lex Luger was the most popular wrestler of the year in 1993. He there with a young man. So Lex Luger, he garnered 16,748 votes that year, most popular wrestler of the year. And next is the man who I thought should have been the most popular wrestler of the year. But this is when Lex Luger, I think, was on that tour, on that bus tour with the WWF or whatever. But after that, and WCW was down at the time. Sting was the runner-up. You had Bret Hart was the second runner-up. Let me see. God, man, get this thing in the camera. Where is my lens at on this thing? Bret Hart, then you got Sting, and then you got Dustin Rhodes was third place, okay, as the runner-ups. Wow, man, wow. Let me see. My camera's got to be way over here. Yeah, because there's Lex Luger right there, guys. Okay. Sting, Bret Hart. Okay, man, I hate this. All right, fine. Where's the camera? Yeah, I'm on my phone, guys, and I'm trying to find this camera. Bret Hart in Pink and Jerry, yes. So, yeah, so Lex Luger was the world heavyweight champion at this time, man. I mean, not the world heavyweight champion. I mean, Lex Luger was the most popular wrestler of the year for 1993, according to the fans, man. 16,000 votes, 748. Sting got 15,942. So they was separated by like 700 votes. Bret Hart was second runner-up. He had 15,189. Dustin Rhodes was third runner-up. He only got 7,796 votes, guys. All right. Feud of the year, Bret Hart versus Jerry the King Lawler. So Bret Hart garnered another one, man. Bret Hart versus Jerry the King Lawler, guys, here at Feud of the Year. Feud of the Year for 1993, guys. 1993. They was Feud of the Year. Second runner-up, Rick Rude versus Dustin Rhodes. That Feud of the Year got 22,006 votes, guys. A lot of people must have loved that feud. 22,000 people voted on it. Then we had Rick Rude versus Dustin Rhodes was second Feud of the Year. Third Feud of the Year was Cactus Jack versus Big Van Vader. Wow, that was awesome. That was great. Third feud was Tony Anthony versus Tracy Smothers, guys. Man, great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Just going through a few of these, man. Wow. This is outstanding. Man, I gotta post some pictures, man. Third, Manager of the Year. Okay, look like I done figured it out. Manager of the Year, 1993. Jimmy Cornette, guys. Jim Cornette was the Manager of the Year in 1993. And there he is. Let's see who he's I see him right here on this page. He has, what in the world is he between, guys? Wow. Who's he managing at that time? I am not sure. Oh, he was in Smoky Mountain Wrestling at that time. Okay, that's Tracy Smothers. I thought it was Tracy Smothers. Not sure who the other guy is right now. Wow. And then you got King Harley Race right there. Let's see. Bring him up here. Over here on the other side. I mean, as far as the runner-ups. Run-ups, you got King Harley Race down there. with his man, his charge, Big Van Vader. You got Mr. Fuji right there. And third runner-up, you had Tammy Fitch. Speaking of Sunny, Tammy Fitch. Okay. She was in Smoky Mountain. Brian Lee was her man. All right. All right. Riley says he was 13 in 93. Yeah, man. Yeah, Lex was massive. Riley says Lex Luger was massive and so big, muscular. He does WrestleCons now. He's in a wheelchair now after health problems. He was great in the 90s. Yeah, he was great in the 90s and the 80s. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's in a wheelchair, man. Straight up. All right. See, let's move on, guys. See what else we got in here. Woo! Comeback of the year. Speaking of Lex Luger. Man. Comeback of the year, Lex Luger, 1993, comeback wrestler of the year, guys. Comeback wrestler of the year, 20,119 votes. All right, Brutus Beefcake, runners up. Brutus Beefcake. After him, the Nature Boy Ric Flair. Let's see the last one, guys. Paul Roma. Those were the runner-ups. Brutus Beefcake, Ric Flair, Paul Roma. All right, 1993. All right, Mag said he was 26 in 93. Okay, Mag, 26 years old in 93. Okay, cool, man, cool. Let's see, how old was I in 1993? 1993, I was 26 too, man. So you same age I am, Mag? Let's see, 1993, let me make sure. Yeah. 1990, I was 23. Yeah, I was 26 in 93. Oh, cool to know. So you must be the same age I am. And my man Rowley says he was 13 in 93. Okay. 93, that was 30 years ago. So you must be 43 years old, Rowley. All right, Cornette, I listened to his podcast. Do you, Harry, or not listen to wrestling podcasts? Yes, I listen to his podcast. I like him a lot. I listen to a good bit. I listen to his. I listen to Tatiana's, of course. I listen to hers on here, and I listen to a couple other people. But yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. But 1993, great year of wrestling. All right. Yokozuna. Let's see. Most improved wrestler of the year. Let me see if I can get this on the screen again, man. What's going on? Let's see. Most popular wrestler of the year. I mean, not most popular, but most improved wrestler of the year was Yokozuna. All right. Let's see if I can get this up here a little bit better. Move this over. Yokozuna. Okay. There we go. Yokozuna, most popular, most improved wrestler of the year for 1993. And 21,056 votes, guys. It's a lot of votes. Number one was the Kid. 1-2-3 Kid was the runner-up. We know who that ended up being. All right. Number 2 was Brian Lee. Number 3 was Tatanka. All right. Okay. Let's see. Mag says I'll be 58 in October. Wow, time flies. Yes, it does. Yes, it does, Mag. Okay. So Mag, you're a little bit of a year and something older than I am. Okay, but yeah, time does fly, brother. Definitely does. All right. Let's see. Let's see where we're going. Hey, inspirational wrestler of the year, guys. Inspirational wrestler of the year. I'm just gonna see if I can put it in right there. For goodness sake, man. Get it up here. All right, inspirational wrestler of the year. Hey, Jack. Inspirational wrestler of the year, guys, in 1993. Hey, he was doing his thing. You know that. And we had the first runner up was my man Lex Luger. Okay. Cactus Jack garnered 16,146 votes. And like I said, guys, they used to send these votes in by mail to Pro Wrestling Illustrated, man, up into the offices of Pro Wrestling Illustrated. And I think they had like 60,000 people vote on this. Lex Luger, 15,857 votes. Runner-up was the 1-2-3 Kid, what they called him just a kid at that time, 15,019 votes. Brutus Beefcake, 13,331 votes. He was number 3. And Brutus down here, man, he had that mask on. Remember, he had got his face messed up, reconstruction surgery on his face or something like that. Yes, face got messed up in that motorcycle accident. Yeah, that is a lot of votes. Rally 21,000 was a lot of votes, man. And hey, if they probably do it online or something like that. I don't know. Definitely gonna garner a whole bunch more. Oh, rookie of the year, Vampire Warrior. I think that didn't he become Gangrel, guys? He garnered 9,287 votes, rookie of the year. Robbie Eagle was number 2, 8,556 votes. The Coles was number 3. Keith left, and that's Keith and Kent. Okay, I remember them, but I don't think they went far. The Headhunters was 3rd. Okay, all right, man. Isn't this Gangrel? Didn't he become Gangrel? Something like that. Oh, let me see if I can get him in there. But then he become Gangrel. So, the heck? Yeah, Vampire Warrior. I think he became Gangrel, guys. I'm not sure. All right, sad fact, Tatanka still wrestles on the indies. Wow. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. Yeah, I think that's all the awards. I think it might be a few more. Let me go and see, guys. But appreciate you guys sticking in here with me. Rolling with this thing, man. I figured this would be a good thing to do. I ended up pulling up this wrestling. All right, Editor's Award. The Editor's Award went to my man. Let's see. See if I get him in here right here. Andre the Giant. The Editor's Award in 1993. They used to have that every year. But, yeah, he had the Editor's Award that year. Okay. Wow, man. Used to look. Man, I read these wrestling magazines. I read these things over and over. I used to get them, and it used to take sometimes 5 to 6 weeks to get another one. Anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. I would get all of them. They all came out close to the same time, but I went in every single time. I would go into certain stores and I would look for those wrestling magazines. I would get every one of them that I could get, and I used to read those things over and over and over again. Had the time to do it back then too, man. But love reading wrestling magazines. Yeah, that's the craziest thing I've seen in wrestling. Mick Foley go through the cage. Taker Jr., somebody stop him. Matt so good. Yeah, that is Gangrel, Harry. Rally says. Appreciate that, Rally. All right, Vampire Warrior is now Gangrel. Thought so, Rally. I thought so. Mag says he sure looks like Gangrel. Yeah, Rally says it is him. I thought it was him. But yeah, because every time I see him, I'm like, I've seen this guy before. I've seen this guy before years ago before he became that. But yeah, that's definitely him. That's definitely him. Let me see. Pull this guy up. Hey, man, I want to get him in here real good. You guys can see him. Yeah, that's him. Vampire Warrior. Vampire Warrior. All right, Gangrel. To post some doggone pictures, man. So I'm gonna post some over here on YouTube too. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, this magazine got a lot of good stuff in it, guys. Wow, man, wow, it's crazy. A lot of material there. A lot of material there. I appreciate you guys coming on, man, joining me, and my man Mag, my man Rally, my man Braden, all you guys coming in here. Let's see. And we have some people over on Facebook. Green Randall coming in. Definitely don't want it. Wesley Flasky coming through. Appreciate you guys coming through. And like I said, man, Chris and I, we was going to go ahead and review the Pro Wrestling Union show tonight. We didn't get a chance to do that, but we'll be doing that probably tomorrow. Hopefully, sometime in the afternoon, something like that. Who knows exactly how we're going to do it, but we plan on doing it. And it might be just a video or something like that. And guys, tomorrow night, be on doing Monday Night Raw. So can't wait to see that. And this AEW Collision thing, like I said, I'm still catching up with that. And I'm producing a young man, that's a 13-year-old young man. Definitely a challenge because this young man is doing music that's pretty much outside of my generation. So I'm basically, I'm basically tuning into my generation of R&B and trying to do some of the newer things that they're doing. So it's definitely a challenge. And they have newer equipment that make different sounds. I'm using old equipment. I have a 1993 N364 Korg workstation that I'm doing his music on, man. So it's definitely bringing out a lot of old school sounds, and I'm trying to convert it over to make it sound like, things that they're doing today. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm already working with him. He already liking the things that I'm doing. But man, we got to see how it goes when we get him into the studio later on this week. how all that stuff ends up popping. But man, as far as wrestling go, like I said, I'm still catching up with Collision, and we will be rocking with Raw this week. It's going to be very interesting to see what goes on Friday, SmackDown, how everything's going to continue, how they're going to continue to progress the storyline, bloodline storyline, how that thing's going to go, man. The Judgment Day thing, and Judgment Day now, we have Dominic Mysterio being the North American heavyweight champion. We got to see how that thing plays out, guys. And what are they going to do with Braun Breaker, man? Braun Breaker, this guy deserves to be up on the main roster. I don't care what their feelings are about his father and everything. I know they would want him to apologize publicly or whatever. I have no clue. But that don't mean that they're going to take him and go ahead and throw him up there on the main roster. Braun Breaker shouldn't get punished for that. So it looked like he's been punished for that ever since that thing went down. The man lost his title, and he nor Core J has been on TV a lot lately. So we'll see how that thing plays out, man. We really will. But they definitely need to put this guy up there. They need to give him his props because when it boils down to it, he's proven it. He's the best over there in NXT. But right now, man, they're letting people whip up on him. It's a shame what's going over there with Braun Breaker. But hey, I will give Carmelo Hayes his due. Carmelo Hayes is doing a great job as the champion over there. And NXT, in my opinion, is the best show outside of SmackDown. SmackDown has it beat narrowly because of SmackDown being in the big national audience that they have and being in those big arenas. It looks better and it comes off better. But NXT is right there tapping on their heels. And NXT, man, in the ratings, the NXT ratings, wow, they're generating a lot of people over there in those ratings. And big ups to, NXT, man. Not NXT. Big ups to AEW Dynamite. Their ratings got up to like 950. Let's see if they can keep it up. Who knows where that's going to end up. But AEW Dynamite is doing their thing. And like I said, these guys are still doing their things for Collision and Rampage. Rampage wasn't too bad, man. I didn't really like the Royal Rumble type deal with that. But, hey, I understand it was, they do record it on the same night that they do Dynamite. But I think as far as, you need to plan that thing, how you want to roll Rampage out. And you never want to start out. You don't want to start off a TV program with about a Royal, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. A lot of people might see it differently. Hey, HBT ain't right all the time. But guys, man, I've had a fun time tonight. Fun time so far tonight, man. And pretty much I'm going to be getting out of here. But yeah, it was kind of fun going through the Pro Wrestling Illustrated from 1993. All right, my man Drew Ferrari says, "Sup, Harry? Breaking news. Brian Pillman Jr. has signed a deal with WWE and will be reporting to NXT." Yeah, we all know about that, Drew, man. I can't wait to see him over there. Brian Pillman Jr. over there in NXT. Chris and I, we know the guy, man. We met him on the indies and stuff like that. We done worked some indie shows with him. And guys, he's a great young man. And man, hopefully a big success for Brian Pillman Jr. over there in NXT. All right, Rally says Rampage gets really low viewers, doesn't it? 300,000-ish. Not good. Yeah, you're right, Rally. You're right. They might not even be seeing that after this football season come back. Long as Collision keeps doing good. But who knows what Collision is going to do when football season comes back. All right, Dirk Benson says, yeah, he in Performance Center will rally. Brian Pillman. So you talked about him too. Hope so. Dirk, I want to see Brian Pillman Jr. in NXT. That will suit him good, fit. Nice fit. He's really good. Yep. Harry Brian Pillman Jr., Dirk says, is in the Performance Center getting trained for August and will be on NXT tapings. Yeah, this is going to be great. Yeah, Rally says magazines. Sup, Harry? Dirk says, how many you got, Harry? 50 or more at home here right now? Yeah, I got more than 50. I probably got anywhere from 80 to 100 magazines here at the house. But, growing up, if I had every one of the magazines I had that I left over my ex-girlfriend's house, probably over 400 or something like that. All right. I don't know. I probably got 100 here. I don't know how many. It's a lot. It took my wife hours to bag them up. Like I said, all the stuff got bagged up, man. She bagged them up. And like I say, they're in this plastic here, if you can see it. But yeah, it's all in plastic, man. She got them in plastic. And let me see. I need to put this one back. Well, I did. Did I put it back in the plastic? I need to go and put this back in the plastic. I don't think she would like that. She's sitting there organizing my magazines. Let's see. But I got a lot of them. That's I have some here at the house, and I'm not counting those that doesn't have anything on them. I think that somehow the covers got messed up there, Rally, and they got missing or whatever. I used to hate that because, like I said, I read these things so much, man. Not all of them in pristine condition. They was really good magazine. I read them a lot, picked them up a lot. So sometimes the cover got messed up on them. And then my kids would get a hold of stuff that I collected, magazines, sports cards, and things like that, and sometimes damage as when they was little. They didn't mean to, but they didn't know no better. So like, here's a wrestling magazine from which one is this? This is a Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I'm not sure which year this is but here's one of them right here that has like I said, it's in plastic. My wife put it in plastic. I'm not sure what year it is. It talks about Ric Flair versus Terry Funk. So this probably was around 1989 here, guys. Yeah, 1989. So yeah, it's talking about that match. It's got a PWI pole on it. Yeah, this right here was like 88, 89. But like I said, I don't even have the cover on that. Here's another one. And it has Junkyard Dog and Owen Hart on the front. Well, you got Hulk Hogan. I know you guys can see Hogan there. And you got right there at the top. Let's see if I can get it in focus a little bit more. Right there at the top, you got Junkyard Dog and Owen Hart. But like I say, Hulk Hogan right there. And this magazine, I'm not sure what year it is. See what we got on the back. Okay, Wrestling Superstars. Okay, Ron Simmons was the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. So this was around 93, 90, they're like 94 right here. And you got nails right there. You got nails right there in the center there. Okay, because this is the wrestling rankings of the top 10 wrestling rankings. And this right here got to be in 94. Ron Simmons was the WCW World Champion. Number 2, they have Bret Hart, WWF World Champion. Number 3, you got Rick Rude was the WCW World Champion. WCW U.S. Champion. Number 4, Shawn Michaels, WWF Intercontinental Champion. Nails, number 2, contender to the WWF title. Number 6 was Todd Champion. He was the USWA champion. Number 7 was Tony Anthony. He was the Smoky Mountain champion. Number 8 was Masa Chano, NWA champion. Number 9 was Sting, number 1 contender to the U.S. title. Number 10 was Rod Price, global NA champion, North American champion, I think. And I'll tell you what, guys, this one, this was a Wrestling Superstars magazine. This one, wrestling meant a lot, guys. Wrestling, they was very serious at this time. But yeah, this is the rankings of the Wrestling Superstars. And I think this was some year in 94. And, I will have to bring it out of plastic to find out what year it was. The tag team, WCW World Tag Team Champs. These are the top 10 tag teams. Number 1 was Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes. Number 2 was Money Incorporated. That was Ted DiBiase and IRS. Ern R. Shyster, Michael Rotundo, Bray Wyatt's father, and Bo Dallas' father. All right, number 3 was Steve Austin and Dr. Death Steve Williams. No, they was the number 1 contenders to the WCW tag team titles. They never got them, I don't think. All right, number 4 was the Natural Disasters, number 1 contenders to the WWF titles. Big guys, man. Number 5 was the Moondogs, United States, the USWA tag team champions. Number 6 was the Heavenly Bodies. They was the Smoky Mountain tag team champions. Number 7 was the Nasty Boys. Number 8 was the Rock and Roll Express guys. They was the number 1 contenders to the Smoky Mountain wrestling tag team titles. Number 9 was Van Hammer and Eric Watts, guys. Van Hammer and Eric Watts. All right, number 10 was Johnny Mantell and Black Bart. So wow, guys, wow, a lot of good stuff. All right, Christopher Douglas. What's up, Christopher Douglas? Christopher Douglas in the house. Glad that you joined, man. First time I think I've seen you over here with the Straight Up Wrestling Show, man, and I hope you're a member of the Straight Up Wrestling Show. If not, hey, go and hit that like, share, join, and that, if you're on Facebook, hit that like, share, join. If you're on YouTube, guys, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, ding, 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 so you know when we're on like times like these. If you are over on Twitch, do the same thing you do on YouTube. On Twitter, man, hit that like, share, tweet, and retweet. Appreciate you guys, man, joining me on the Straight Up Wrestling Show. And I'm just, like I say, I'm just reminiscing, going over the old wrestling magazine, magazines talking about AEW Collision, and I haven't caught up with that completely, but I've been watching it, and I'm like this, and like this with it, like it, got a good concept going and everything, but they still got a lot of room to grow. Got a lot of stuff that they can improve on, guys. And talked a little bit about the Pro Wrestling Union show. Me and Chris really enjoyed that, but I really didn't get into it, guys. I want to do that with Chris, and so yeah. So I'm pretty much just going off of what I got here. Not got off yet, but talking about I was going to get off, but I'm staying on for a little while longer. All right. Jack Michael, sup, Harry? Do you think Lance Archer needs to be repackaged? Man, look, not really. They just need to let him come in and charge, man. They need to let him charge his way on up the ladder, man, because I mean, he has everything. He has everything. They just need to let him do his thing. They need to let him do his thing. All right, my man Magnum says, great show, Harry. Hope to see you on Raw. Definitely plan on being there, man. Unless something comes up, but I definitely plan on doing Raw. All right, Jack Michael, Harry, you see Billy Gunn hang up the boots last night on Collision? No, I did not. Because I haven't seen it. Me and Chris was at an indie show last night, Jack, but I definitely need to see that. All right, that's a lot. 80 to 100. I collect wrestling DVDs myself. I've got about 100. Okay, cool, Rally. All right, Christopher Douglas, what's up, Harry? I'm new on here, but I hear on Ring of Honor press conference, Tony Khan want Ring of Honor to be part of AEW Collision brand. Oh, wow. How you feel about that in your opinion? Harry, Collision is better than Dynamite. It definitely is Christopher Douglas. Definitely it is better than Dynamite. And bring a Ring of Honor on there I think actually will help it. Ring of Honor has done some great things from what I understand since they've been doing that thing. Definitely you can bring that on to Collision and maybe jump that up to another hour or whatever, but you definitely can integrate both of those, and you just got to do it right. And I think it will help. I think it will help solidify Collision and make it a lot better show. They need to go up to another star. I have it like a 3.5 star right now. It needs to go up to 4 stars, man. 4.5 stars. They need to get to that point where they're dynamic, like Nitro was, man. They definitely need to be dynamic so people can stay in tune with it. Christopher Douglas says, Harry, you see Jake Michael's comment. I'm not sure, but let me go and I'll go back and definitely go back and get it because that's what we do here. Jack Michael, but yeah, Harry, remember I said Jake Roberts build a stable called Snake Pit would be good. Yeah, man. Yeah, Jack. I wish you do that. Jack, I wish you do that, man. That would be outstanding. But Jack, let me make sure I got your comment. Harry, see Billy Gunn hang up the boots last night on Collision. Like I said, Jack, I did not see that. Jack says, "Sup, Harry? Do you think Lance Archer needs to be repackaged?" Man, wow. I think everything he has, man. He has everything. Has all the tools. They just need to let him go, and they need to let him go and run and just run his race. Run his race because Lance Archer should be the champion over there. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. If not, he needs to be one of these ministers to society to be the guy that just always in contendership for that title. He need to be the Ernie the Cat lad of today. Just basically just running in. Man, he's the king. He's wearing the crown. He is the man that can't be stopped. He can do whatever he wants to do. And you put him in, make him the Ernie the Cat lad type of guy, then you could end up putting that international belt that Cassidy has on him, or you can put that TBS title on him or whatever, and still he's going to look just as important as the world heavyweight champion, man, over there. You don't have to give him MJF's belt because he's that important. He's that much of an attraction. So, yeah, I definitely would love to see him get that belt. All right, man. I mean, get a title or man, you definitely got to put him up there because he's top tier, man. Adam Brad, what's up? Harry, do you think AEW Hook is leaving? Wow, man. Wow. He needs to. Before they ruin him. If he don't leave, they will ruin him. And I know my partner, I know Chris don't like him. But, hey, the guy does have something, and he knows how to draw fans. He knows how to bring eyes to the set. And that's what wrestling needs. I don't care if you don't, like say, Chris don't care for Hook. Chris don't care for Matt Riddle. But those type of guys, man, know how to bring fans. They know how to bring the casual fans into wrestling, into watching wrestling. Just like LA Knight, which I know Chris loves LA Knight. And I pick on LA Knight, man, and I don't really care for him that much, but I know better. I know what LA Knight can do for wrestling. So it's great to have LA Knight. It's great to have LA Knight on that little trend that he has because this guy's gonna he can bring new eyes to the business as far as the casual fan and the general public. You can put this guy out in the general public. Oh man, this guy's a wrestler. People will say, oh yeah, this guy's a wrestler. I want to see him. He's an attractive guy. In form and everything. He just looks like look like one of these guys that's going to get in the ring. Not just get in the ring. He's going to go to the gym. He's going to work out. He's going to make himself attractive to people that we need into the business, like having these women come in and seeing what he does, and they're going to want to come in and they're going to want to watch wrestling because of him and other guys, man, that maybe look like him or whatever. Wrestling definitely needs that. All right. Adam Brad, Harry, but that remind me of Will Hobbs to be an Ernie Ladd. Okay. Will Hobbs, man, like I said, he's not big enough to be Ernie Ladd. And even though he's intimidating, that's one thing about Ernie Ladd. Ernie Ladd was basically what he was like. Back in the day, he was like Brock Lesnar. Even what's name was talking about that Jim Cornette. If you want to talk about a guy who was Brock Lesnar before him, it was Ernie Ladd. Didn't have all the muscles, but Ernie Ladd was so intimidating, man. It was just unbelievable. He didn't have that persona that a Killer Kowalski had or anything like that, but he was more intimidating than he was. He didn't have Angelo Moscow or who was the other guy? He didn't have Brutus. Not Brutus. Not Brutus. But dang, I can't even think of his name right now. But as far as Ernie Ladd, man, he was just a monster, straight up. All right, Samson Button. But Samson Button says, "Sup, Harry? Why I do have a gut feeling Jada Cargill wait until her contract to finish the leave. Probably so, Samson Button, but I hope not, man. Button Samson, I hope not. I'm hoping that she comes back. They definitely need her. They definitely need her back in AEW. But I think she needs to wait a little while. And because when she comes back, man, people are going to go crazy. I guarantee you, all these people that was waiting to see her go and talking all that junk about her, I guarantee you they're going to jump and go crazy when they hear Jade Cargill was coming back or whatever. If she goes to WWE, I guarantee you all those people, all those fans will follow her over there to watch and see what she does over there. That's just the nature of the fans. They'll talk all that crap about you and things like that. But when you're a big name like that and you've done something in the business, when you coming back, man, all eyes are glued to the set. All right. Ashton Springer, what's up, Ashton, my man? Hey, sir, what's going on, brother? All right, Adam Brad, Hook in NXT will be a good fit. Yes, I think so too. I suggest Creed Brothers to get one more chance and Hook be the Shamrock in NXT. The Creed Brothers is going to be on the main roster. Creed Brothers will definitely be on the main roster. I don't know if they're going to be Monday Night Raw or they're going to be SmackDown, but they're definitely going to be on the main roster. I think they see the talent in those guys. They see what they can be, and they're going to put them on the main roster. They're going to put them against better talent, and the better talent that they wrestle. All they can do is progress those guys to what they need to be. So I think they see something in them. I seen from the get-go when I first seen those guys, and they was running around with, who was that guy they was running around with? Let's see, Stokely Hathaway. Back then, he called himself something different. I can't remember what he called himself in NXT. But when I first seen those guys, Creed Brothers, I'm like, man, the Steiner brothers. Those guys are the modern day Steiners. And you definitely need to put them against the best talent to progress them, to get them to take that next step. And I think that's what I think WWE, I think the officials over there have seen that, and they bringing those guys up. All right, Ashton Springer says, is NXT like a developmental show for WWE? A little confused, or is it recognized as equal to Raw SmackDown? It is a developmental show. It's the third brand. It's pretty much having young guys come up, but a lot of the veterans are going over there now, Ashton. They're going to make that the third brand. It'll be the third brand, just like Raw, SmackDown. So basically, you're not going to see anything different. You probably will see a lot of the rookies venture into it. They probably will filter most of their rookies through that, but you'll see a lot of rookies on Raw and SmackDown, I'm pretty sure, coming up along with NXT. But NXT will be the third brand, man. It's not going to be no more of this developmental brand. They are using that because they see what's going on with AEW, so they definitely want to leave them in the dust. Unfortunately, because we need AEW too, but I think AEW should survive. They should survive as long as they keep their heads straight and do things like that, what they're doing with Collision. All right, my man Magnum says Ernie the Cat Lad was a big, tall guy, very intimidating. Yes, he was, Mag. Yes, he was. Yeah. All right. Ashton says interesting. Thanks. No problem, Ashton, man. But yeah, you get a chance, Ashton. Definitely check out NXT. They are doing some incredible things, my brother. No doubt, man. Doing some incredible things. All right, guys. Let me see what else I got going on here, man. Let's see. The Wrestling Magazine. All right, WCW. Let's talk about the top 10, man, in WCW in 1994. Somewhere in 1994, we had Ron Simmons, WCW World Champion. Rick Rude was the #1 contender at that time, guys. Number 2 was Masa Chono. Number 3 was Sting. Number 4 was Big Van Vader. Number 5, man, we had Ricky Steamboat. Number 6, we had the Barbarian. Number 7, Jake the Snake Roberts. Number 8, man, we had Nikita Koloff. Number 9, man, we had Tony Atlas. Number 10, man, we had Brian Pillman. All right, number 1, the world champion at the time was Bret Hart in WWF. We had number 1, Shawn Michaels. Number 2, we had Nails, guys. Like I said, Nails right there, guys, on this Wrestling Superstars magazine. Number 3 was Razor Ramon, man, Scott Hall. Number 4, the Ultimate Warrior. Number 5, man, we had Davey Boy Smith. Number 6, man, we had Randy Savage. We had number 7, had Crush. Number 8 was Ted DiBiase. Number 9 was Papa Shango. Joke used to do some crazy stuff. All right, number 10, we had Tatanka. All right. Okay, I'm not even gonna go to global wrestling, man, and USWA. But guys, I'm just going over some of these magazines, man. Just because I pulled them out of the chair and just going over some of those things. All right, appreciate you guys hanging in here with me. Stephen Larry, what's up, Stephen? Stephen said Blade and the Butcher should be the one. Yeah, exactly. To ask for their contracts. They be a good fit also in NXT. The seasoned veterans with old school style all will fit also. And I think Kip Sabian should go to Impact. Yep. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Sup, Harry? Stephen Larry. My man, Stephen Larry in the house. Here's another magazine, guys. But like I said, my wife, man, she took these things, she put them in plastic. I'm just pulling up magazines, man. Here's one. Ricky Steamboat was the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. I think he was the second guy who held the big gold, man. Because Ric Flair, wait a minute, Ronnie Garvin won that. Ronnie Garvin did beat Ric Flair for it. And I think Dusty Rhodes might have had the big gold too. But Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, man, hey, took it off the Nature Boy Ric Flair in a great series of matches, guys. If you haven't never followed the Ricky Steamboat versus Ric Flair, if you never seen those series of matches, definitely go back and check it out. Because, man, you talking about some incredible matches. Now, their matches in the 80s, in 89 was outstanding. But their matches before that, back in the 70s, were incredible. When these guys was in their 20s, were incredible, guys. Definitely need to check that out. But this was a great version of Ricky Steamboat. Only thing slowed him down, man, like I said, his wife, Bunny, wanted to be involved. He always brought his kid out to the ring. And at this time, Ricky Steamboat was my favorite wrestler. 70s and 80s was my favorite wrestler. I did not like the Ricky Steamboat version, the Dragon, when he went to WWF. And I know Chris, that's when he first saw him. Chris is younger than me, 10 years younger. But, Ricky Steamboat, I always remember him in the NWA Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. I mean, this guy was outstanding. A bigger, more muscular Ricky Steamboat. Just incredible wrestler. He was my favorite wrestler. Ric Flair was number 2. Ricky Steamboat always was my favorite wrestler. But Bunny changed that when he started bringing the son out. He had this world title, and Ric Flair became instant, went ahead and became a favorite wrestler. But Ricky Steamboat still probably my number 2 favorite wrestler of all time. All right. And this magazine right here, July 1989, guys. July 1989. Incredible. All right. Yes, he did. Yes, Stephen Larry. Ricky looked good with that belt, no doubt. All right, Perry Carey. Sup, Harry? I hear news that WWE want to do a long-term book with IWA, and more people are being discussed to join too. Any idea you like to see join? Thank you. With WWE? Wow. Perry Carey, I tell you, man, WWE is so saturated with talent, very saturated. Right now, I just think they need to. I don't think they really need to be adding many people over to WWE until they get everything situated with the talent that they have. When it boils down to it, even though I do harp on AEW and their problem with pretty much establishing their top seven superstars, their top guys, and their top tag teams. Same thing is going over there. Same thing going on with WWE. WWE right now seems like they are stuck in with this bloodline storyline. They are stuck with the Judgment Day, and they're figuring out things. And you know, and you got Gunther, and right now, so you have you have, like I say, you got Raquel and Liv had those tag team titles, and then you got Raquel, this thing with Rhea and all, and you got now Sonya Deville, I think, and Chelsea Green got the women's tag team championship. Right now, man, I think they in flux, and they got a bunch of talent. And right now, I think they all got caught up with the storylines so far with the Bloodline, Judgment Day, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I think Triple H needs to call Shawn Michaels up from NXT and say, give me a little bit of help over here, because they got too much talent and they are not concentrating. They're not concentrating on making, balancing everything out. They definitely need to do that before they bring up any other talent. They do. They got a bunch of talent. People say AEW got a lot of talent, got a lot of wrestlers. WWE has more. So, yeah, they definitely need to get all that stuff ironed out before they add any more talent, in my opinion. They don't need to add anybody else to their roster in AEW the same way until they get all this stuff figured out, man. And it can be done. It can be done, but they need to take somebody and say, let me give you a break. Let me let you sit down. Let me let you go home, and you go over the roster and you make a decision on who's going to be our top 10 guys in line for the title for Roman Reigns. Let make a decision on who's going to be the top 5 guys in line for Gunther's title, for the Intercontinental Championship. Let's make our top 3 or top 4 for the U.S. Championship that Austin Theory is having. Let's take these tag team titles and let's make a decision. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn is just really not doing it for the people, but it's not doing it for the people because you're not lining up their contenders right. Line up the contenders for the United States Tag Team Championships, but you got a lot of good tag teams. Line them up. Put the Street Profits in a position with Sami and Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. You got Street Profits. You got those Pretty Deadly, and you have Chad Gable and the big boy, my man Otis. You put all these guys in there and make sure you establish something. Give Matt Riddle a tag team partner, and put Grayson Waller, change him into a good guy and put him with Matt Riddle, and these guys can become contenders. But get you 5-6 tag teams and let them go for those tag team titles. Take one of those and split those titles up. Take one of those tag team titles and make them the United States tag team titles. Make your tag team division excellent, a great tag team, and have tag teams coming up. That way you get more people on TV. Take T-Bar and Mason, put those guys back together, make them the new skyscrapers. Put these guys back together. Put these teams up. Wesley, put him back with his partner if he's coming back. I heard he might be coming back. But you got to establish. They got to establish what they have before they add anything else to the cupboard, man. Do not doggone have a whole bunch of groceries in there and go to the grocery store, put a whole bunch of things in there, and all the rest of the stuff expires. So WWE needs to take care of that business along with AEW. Sit down, take care of the business that you have first before you go and clean up your own house, man, before you go and invite other people in. And yeah, because all you got is you got a cluster. You got a cluster, and you know what I'm about to say, but I'm not going to say that because, but yeah, that's what's happening over there, man. It's a cluster, and that's in both companies, man, with AEW and WWE. They got to get that stuff correct, guys. They got to get it correct. All right, Stephen Larry says Ricky looked good with the belt. Perry Carey, sup Harry? I hear news that WWE want to do a long-term book. Okay, got that one. So Stephen Larry, Ricky Steamboat is first, and also there will be no Nakamura and ECT of Japan wrestler without Ricky Steamboat. No doubt about it. No doubt. All right, Stephen Larry, Harry, how about Grayson Waller in theory to be the new rated RKO as a tag team? Yes, no doubt. No doubt, Stephen Larry. No doubt, man. But I'm talking about these guys, they can do so much. They can do so much. But I just don't know. Maybe they so busy, and I see what they do. They do when they come here. They have live shows, and I know me and Chris, we know some people who work on their shows. These guys are all over the place, man. They are all over the place, and somebody has to get a hold of that. And Vince done got older and everything. He doesn't have he doesn't have Jerry Briscoe, Gerald Briscoe to to a lot of people. Doesn't have him. Doesn't have a lot of these guys, man, who was his old right hand man to be there to help guide him and put the company on track the way it was before. But man, I'm just like, wow, guys. I know you guys. Sometimes it's hard to be patient, man. It's hard to be patient, and you just think about making money, and you scrambling to see what hits. What hits is when you building up stars. When you building up stars, and it makes sense as a conglomerate, the whole company, and you building up 6-7 stars. We don't need everybody to be a star. Don't need everybody to be a star, and don't have to have a storyline for everybody. 3 or 4 storylines, man. 2 to 4. I say 3 to 4 storylines at a time in a company as big as WWE. Definitely could rock the company, and then you have about 7 stars, and you have you have at minimum 3 tag teams that everybody just look at with awe. Be like WCW, man. When you had the Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express, and you had Arn and Tully. That incredible tag team division. And outside of those 3 teams, who else did you have? You had Barbarian and Warlord. You had Ron Bass and Black Bart. You had Ivan Koloff and Khrushchev, or Ivan Koloff and Nikita Koloff. All of them was in that same tag team division. Manny Fernandez and Rick Rude was in that tag team division. 7 tag teams that were just outstanding. It was incredible. Wrestling was incredible, guys. Hey, if they could do it back then, Dusty Rhodes was the booker at that time, man. Who was the managers in that company in WCW, Jim Crockett Promotions at the time? Gary Hart, Jim Cornette, Sir Oliver Humperdinck, Paul Jones, man. Incredible, man. Solo, Ric Flair, world champion. Dusty Rhodes, man. Dusty Rhodes. Barry Windham, United States heavyweight champion. Tully Blanchard was the TV champion. You had Arn Anderson. You had so many great wrestlers. Ole Anderson over there at that time. Man, I'm not even getting to the gist of it, man. Magnum TA, like say, Nikita Koloff. You had so many greats over there. Singles wrestlers. Ronnie Garvin, Jimmy Garvin, Michael P.S. Hayes. The Freebirds was there at that time. You had so much stuff going on, but they had everybody balanced, and you had everybody out there. Everybody who was a superstar was a superstar. Even though they might have not lost on TV, they lost at the arena. Because you had some of them guys who were superstars, considered superstars, like Jimmy Garvin, that would lose at the arena. Michael P.S. Hayes and stuff like that. They was lose at the arena. They never lost on TV. Because they had their jobbers for that. They had the George Softs. They had the Rocky Kings. They had the Iron Mike Sharps. They had those guys, Mike Jackson. They had those guys that would lose on TV to these big name guys. So they kept their big name superstars. But they would lose, like Midnight Express. You would see them as United States champions. They would lose to the world champions, the Rock and Roll Express. But they would win all the other matches. You had the Road Warriors, never losing on TV. But sometimes Road Warriors, they will lose up against Tully and Arn. They will lose against the Russians sometime. But we never really seen that unless they showed us a video or they showed us a film or whatever of those matches, and those guys will lose on TV. We're like, wow, they lost. It was unbelievable. That's the kind of reaction that you want to have with wrestling today. We don't have that. We definitely need it. We definitely need it, guys. And if Collision can get that, they can get that kind of magic, man, no telling where those guys can go. They can surpass WWE. But that's hard to do. I mean, it's hard to do for these, and I hate to say it, for people that sit down today, people that's in the wrestling business right now. For some reason, it seems like it's hard for them to get that concept down and get it done. It can be done. It can be done. You can talk to these young people. I've managed a lot of young people, talked to a lot of young people, when I was in management, and was able to talk to these guys and have them stop. And even when I go, and me and Chris, man, we go out here, we talk. I mean, we garner the attention of these indie wrestlers out here on the scene. I mean, we did our first show. I mean, these guys was telling us, hey, I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to do that. Me and Chris said, no. I told him, no, man, no, you do this. You go out here. This is what you say. This is what you do. We would say, come up with your own thing and everything, but this is the direction that we want to have you in. And each one of these guys, like I say, they start asking us, what do we do? But I done seen these guys on indie shows, man, telling the promoter what they want to do. Or, going out here, we want to do this, want to do that. I tell them, hey, this is who's going over. You guys come up with your own finish. Make sure you come up with your own finish. But these are the guys that's going over. But, hey, it takes a lot of time, man, to do these wrestling shows. It really do. But somebody has to be the boss, and they got to lay it down. They got to lay it down. You have got to be, man, in wrestling today, you have got to be Jim Crockett, man. Jim Crockett be like, hey, Nikita Koloff, when he first seen him, he told Ivan Koloff, if this guy trips, if he trips over the ropes, he's fired. Told Paul Jones, I know, thank you. Was it Paul Jones and Ivan Koloff? Told him, man, yeah, okay, take him out there. He trips, he's fired. But you got to have a boss. You got to have somebody in charge that's not going to take no mess, man. Not going to take no mess from anybody. And not really going to have friends here in the business. But, hey, we got friendly going on. And Vince McMahon, you know if he's coming or going. Vince McMahon should have never gave control to anybody in his company, but he's older. And you got to know when to let go. But, there's a lot of people in this business. Vince McMahon should have known coming up that knows how to run the business. Kevin Sullivan kept Jim Cornette over there. People that know the business, they're going to tell these wrestlers, no, no, no. Straight up. All right. All right, Ashton Springer, my man, says, do you think Cody gets the belt at WrestleMania 40? Definitely do. Definitely do. I think that's what they're heading up to, Ashton, and I think it's very smart. That's one of the smartest things that they're doing over in WWE right now. All right, Stephen Larry, Gunther deserved to be pushed. Gunther deserves to be pushed. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Man, put this guy, he needs to be a long-term champion. You do not have to give him the WWF champion, WWE title. You don't have to give Gunther that title, but let him hold that title, man, for another year and a half or whatever. Let him hold that title for a long time. Gunther is today's Baron Von Raschke, guys. Let him hold that title for a long time. All right. Stephen Larry, Harry, that's why Kevin Sullivan and AEW will be good. Yes. Man, get him over there, Kevin Sullivan. Oh, my God. Man, he got so much more to give to the business. So much more. Get him, man, before he's too old. Before he just doesn't have much left. Get him while his mind's still good and everything. Get him over there. Man, Kevin Sullivan will have that thing right. He will have that thing balanced. Everything will make sense. Straight up. Straight up. All right, guys, man, I'm going to head out. I'm going to get out of here. But, man, I enjoyed talking to each and every one of you guys. And, man, some of you guys, some of you guys came in late, but that's okay. Like I said, I had a lot to talk about. All actuality, didn't think I'd be on here, man. It was at 30-something minute mark. Thought I was going to be off, but I'm still on. But I appreciate Stephen Larry coming on, my man Ashton Springer coming on, my man Drew coming on, my man Perry Carey. All right, guys. All right. Got a new subscriber. Appreciate that. But yeah, guys, I definitely got to get off. But yeah, my phone died. I apologize to that. I'm getting off of here, man. James Smith. Yeah. Oh, okay. James Smith. Sorry that you missed the live stream and everything like that. Let me turn this thing over. But yeah, died on me, guys. So I'm going to have to definitely get a tablet right now. But wow, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow. Talk to you guys later. All right, y'all have a good night. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Welcome our new member, Jeff. And I'll see you guys later, man. Thank you very much on the Straight Up Wrestling Show. And for everybody, man, who came on tonight, appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Peace. Wow. Thing is still live. Sorry about that. I'm out of here, guys. Yeah, thing was still live, but my phone died on me, guys. So, yeah, I'm going to have to take off. Appreciate everybody coming in. Jane says she's about to watch from the beginning. Have a good night. Take care, everybody. All right. Stephen, Larry, Ashton, Springer on here. Stephen, Larry, my man Perry Carey. All right. Magnum, Brayton coming through. Wesley Flasky. All you guys coming through. Rally coming through all the way from England, man. Coming through tonight. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. But yeah, my phone died on me, guys. I tried to do it over here on my tablet, which is messed up. But hey, I am definitely out of here. I will talk to you guys later. You guys have a good night. Peace.